Good morning. Welcome to Morning Moments. I am so glad that you came and joined us today. Today, I have a very special guest. She is an Emmy Award-winning actress. She's been on All My Children, Guiding Light, and she's got a movie coming out with some great people in it. She'll tell you about it. First responder, Mari White. Welcome to Morning Moments.
Thank you. Thank you. So happy to be here.
What a
All right.
thrill to what a thrill to have you on and to be able to get to know you a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us, what do you do and why do you do it?
Well, I love media. I love entertainment because I think it's a really powerful vessel to spread positivity and love. And I really, really mean that. So I want to take advantage of it in every possible way. So whether that is through creating content, being a part of the content, producing the content, sharing the content, whatever it is, to make people feel loved and special and give them hope and comfort. And media is an amazing, powerful way to do so. So I try to get in on all the action to just be able to love on people.
Yeah, the media industry, movies and television, you could, if you listen to all of it, you could get real depressed and really think there's no hope. It's so nice to hear something with hope, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a young, child, as a young woman, I would just get so excited when I saw fun, happy stuff, whether it was, a children's, cartoon network or like Disney or, family friendly programming or something. Because I didn't feel like there was a lot. And I'm still like a big kid and I'm still very much drawn to it and wanting to encourage that type of content um, and unity. Yeah, through all of that. Yeah, we've got something powerful. Let's do something good with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I asked the question a lot, why do you do? But as an actress, let me ask it this way. What's your motivation?
Well, at first, I didn't start off with the acting. When I was younger, I'm a little bit taller. So people would say, "Oh, you should go to New York and do modeling or something like that." So I was like, "Okay, I guess so." So I gave it a shot, but I would just for fun help my friends who were actors with their scenes, and I would find myself crying or just very emotionally like open and vulnerable. And I'm not even the actor; I'm just reading the lines to help them. And everyone said, "You're really emotionally available. You should consider this." So I was like, "Okay." So that I did that path, and I thought I would give it a shot. And I realized that you could really share and tell the stories of others, fictional or real, past, present, or future. You could share like a little piece of their soul um, as a vessel, in a sense, to for me, it was more about sharing the stories of women, past, present, and future. And I thought I would have loved to have been able to see like the encouragement and the positivity of characters that I felt like I could relate to. And for me, I at that age when I was younger, I didn't see a lot of diversity on television, not that much. So it's something that I thought, well, I'm going to be the person to bring the diversity. But now there's plenty of diversity. So I think we're in a good place.
Is that what drew you to a first responder?
First responder, first responders, what really drew me to that is the message. I love faith-based programming. I love anything and everything that's going to encourage the bond of family, friends, and God. Like I'm all in with that. And what I really liked the most about it was just bringing awareness to a community that many people, I think, look past, whether it is, police officers, firemen, all the first responders, because we look at them as, oh, they're heroes, they're helping us, but they're people too. They're human and they see a lot of things and they go through a lot of things, but they're still, they're carrying the child to take them, because their mom or dad is physically hurt by their spouse or all kinds of stuff, or they see fires and they see people pass away. It's traumatic. And for me, I didn't even realize I I never really took the time to truly think about it, to realize what that must be like, for their mental health and just everything. I didn't think about it. I could sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a little sad because my day didn't go well." But imagine if you had multiple days where like there's real stuff that's happening. People are losing their homes, are losing their lives. You're seeing children whose parents are being lost or murdered or whatever, and you have to be the person to try to tell them it's going to be okay. Oh, I'm about to cry right now just like thinking about it. So having that compassion and that empathy for all first responders is something that I think, we should just be more sensitive to and be able to help support with resources to help them, because there's not a whole lot of resources once they retire. It's just like, okay, welcome, you're done. But what about to get back into the mindset of healing?
Yeah, and I think sometimes when you look at a professional, like a police officer, fireman, and like what I retired from, and still work with a lot of nurses, they, well, that's their job. They have to learn. That's what they got themselves into. And when you go through day after day, one after another, I know when I worked at suicide hotline, there was days that I took one call after another, and then afterwards I get home, and then it would hit me what kind of day I had. And uh, folks don't realize that the stress that's involved with those first responders.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's really great about this film is it shows, the lead character, Karen. She's a therapist, and so she's the one who's helping everyone else. But even in her own life, she still has the struggles, like with her husband and what he's going through. But there's a really sweet message of unity amongst all of the first responders, all of the characters together, to come together to support each other and just really love and God, and um, recognizing that there is a passion for and a calling for what the first responders are doing. I mean, not everyone wants to just say, "Yep, I'm going to go in and I'm going to take out fires," or "I'm going to go." Not everyone has that calling, but when you do, that's something that you want to follow. That's very special, but also still realize like it does so weigh on you, kind of like what you said
I
yourself.
was interviewing a New York police officer. He retired, and he was worked an FBI chaplain and things like that. But he was saying that those first responders, they're the ones that come to the scene when it's all bloody and messed up, and they keep people away from that. And they're
Mm,
the ones that see it, the mangled bodies and the mangled lives that's taken place. And then they prepare everything so that the family can see them, or they take them away. And when you're the first one on the scene, no one else is cleaning it up. And it's he said that's horrific, some of the memories. And I said, yeah, I know the feeling of that, of what we see, hear, smell, and do, as first. And I'm speaking for me as experienced in doing some of that, as a nurse, of and and the aftermath of dealing with that afterwards. It's something we really need to be thinking about and praying for them as well.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And it's something that like I said before, I wasn't that aware of it. I would think, oh, okay, yeah, I guess it's kind of hard. But really doing this film, a whole nother level of what I was able to understand. I did a lot of research before too, and I saw documentaries and interviews with first responders and their journey and what it was really like for them. A couple of nonprofit organizations that have popped up more recently in the last few years, and what they're doing to try to help and support and spread the awareness. But what I think is really nice about this film is, like what you mentioned, the prayers. Prayers powerful. There's also the wonderful element of having the community to talk with and share with and support, and just realizing how precious life is. And even though everyone is following their calling for what their job is, oh gosh, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. they're following their calling for what their job is, but they oh, I just lost it. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. Um, but they really need the support and the love and the community to be able to get through it. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Every day is a risk, right? Like it's a risk just walking out the street sometimes. But imagine, you know that in your heart, you want to help save lives and do these things. And you are purposely putting yourself in that position, knowing there's a risk for your own family to possibly not have you anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a very noble field that really just gives in every direction. It fulfills their heart, fulfills everyone else. You're helping save their lives. And yeah.
So this film, is distributed yet, or is it out, or when was it planning to
It's
be?
in theaters very soon, the 24th and the 25th. And it's something that the family together can come and see, so you can bring out the kiddos. It's a beautiful love story in there also, which is really nice. And there's some really nice camaraderie, and there's some humor in there also.
Good.
So it's got a powerful message, but there's still lightness in it too. So you could enjoy it. You know, I can't promise you're not going to shed a tear or two, but there's a really nice energy and a beautiful flow with the film that I think everyone can enjoy. Kiddos, teens, adults. So looking forward to it.
So if you're seeing this film or this interview now as it's being released, then there's still time for you to go to the theater. Some of you may be seeing this interview 6 months from now or a year from now, and I would just say look for it, because I believe it'll be distributed on a lot of great areas like Pureflix eventually, and other places like that. So look for the movie if you're seeing this interview later, because I'm sure it'll be a great blessing to you. It's a cast of great people, I can tell you that much. And so thank you so much, Mara, for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for sharing so much of your story also.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Please pass this interview on to others. And many of you who watch the show know exactly what I'm going to say next. As soon as this is over, I'd like for you to take the time and pray for Mara White, that God would continue to put her in the right place at the right time, give her the right movies so that she could tell the story of others. And just pray that God would bless her. She needs your prayers, folks, and you need the practice. So pray for her, and keep coming back if you would for some more morning moments.